Today in Botany A Bacteria chapter number 3, we will discuss about classification of bacteria. As you can see in the image, bacterial cell is shown that they have flagella, ribosomes, plasmids. Topic is classification of bacteria. There are following groups of bacteria. Number 1, Archibacteria. They are the most primitive old organisms on earth. They lack peptidoglycan in their cell wall. They live in deep sediments of oceans. That is, their occurrence and location is discussed. Example are methanogenic bacteria. Second group is actinomycetes. They form colonies of branching hyphae. Hyphae are long thread-like structures, tubular filaments resembling those of fungi. Reproduction takes place by fragmentation of the end of hyphae into spores. Most of them live in the organic litter of the soil. When the leaves become dead, then they form a layer on soil. It is called litter. For example, Mycobacterium. Third are chemoautotrophic bacteria. They obtain energy from oxidizing inorganic substances like ammonia, hydrogen sulfide, and they are obligate aerobes. Obligate means which depend on host. They live on host. They are common in aerated soil. Aerated means through which air can pass. For example, Nitrobacter. Next comes Cyanobacteria, which are also known as blue-green algae. They are photoautotrophs. Photo means light, autotroph, which are able to make their own food with plants like photosynthesis. They have chlorophyll A pigment and other accessory pigments called phycobilin. They are typical blue to grayish brown in color. Cell walls are thick, gelatinous, sticky. Flagella are absent, for example, nostoc and anabina. Fifth are endospore forming bacteria. Bacteria form spores which are called as endospores. They are gram-positive bacteria. Gram-positive bacteria which are stained purple. They have flagellated rods. They produce spores called endospores. They are both obligate anaerobes. Aerobes means which live in the presence of oxygen, and anaerobes which can live in the absence of oxygen. Examples are Bacillus and Clostridium. Sixth are Enderic bacteria. They are gram-negative bacteria which are stained pink by gram staining procedure. They are facultative anaerobes. Facultative means which can live with or without host. They inhabit or occupy the intestinal tracts of animals. Example is Escherichia coli or E. coli. Images of Escherichia coli are shown. Seventh are mycoplasmas. They are the smallest bacteria. They lack cell walls. Picture of mycoplasma is shown. They grow extracellularly. They are saprobes, that is, feed on dead organic matter. Animal pathogens. Pathogens are the agents that cause disease. Example is mycoplasma. Next are Mixo Bacteria. They are soil dwelling. Dwelling means to occupy or to live there. Chemoheterotrophs. Individual cells move by slow movement, gliding. The cells form fruiting body during the dry season. Spores are released and then they grow into new colonies. For example, Mixococcus. Nitrogen-fixing aerobic bacteria. As you know, there are some leguminous plants in which root nodules are present and bacteria live over there to fix atmospheric nitrogen and convert them into nitrates, which can be then used by plants. They are common, free-living and mutualistic species. Mutualism in which partners get benefits. The genus Rhizobium bacterium lives in root nodules on legume plants or leguminous plants. Their function is to fix atmospheric nitrogen to nitrates. For example, Azotobacter and Rhizobium. Pictures of legume or leguminous plants are shown. Next are phototrophic anaerobic bacteria. They are photoautotrophs, that is, in the presence of light, they can make their food. They have different photosynthetic equipments as compared to the plants. That is, they are having different photosynthetic structures as compared to plants. They use hydrogen sulfide as electron source. They are anaerobes, live in the absence of oxygen. They are found in ponds, lakes, oceans, and sediments. They have different groups like bacteria, green sulfur bacteria. Example is chromatium. Next are pseudomonids. They are present in nearly all aquatic and soil habitats. They are rod-shaped, gram-negative cell wall. They are flagellated at one end, having flagella, so they can move. They are chemoheterotrophs, unable to make their own food. For example, Pseudomonas. Next is Rickettsius and Chimedius. They are obligate intracellular parasites of animals. Intracellular means that they live among them. They have reduced gram-negative cell wall. Rickettsiasis alternate or change between arthropod and mammal hosts. That is, these two are their hosts. They cause different kind of diseases. Example is Rickettsia chlamydia. Next are spirochetes. They have helical or spiral cells. They sometimes become very long and they show corkscrew-like movements. That is a show motility or movement. Spirocate motility. Multiple flagella arise from their fibrils around the cell. Flagella remain in periplasmic space inside outer sheath, and they show spinning movements. Spirochetes are free-living parasites and saprobes, that is, they feed on dead organic matter. For example, Borrelia. And finally, picture of spirochete spiral-shaped bacteria is shown.